longed to create something just for the absolute joy of it, with no deadlines, no expectations, just the simple act of making. Today, I'm going to explore creative play as self-care and why play is essential for our well-being, and how embracing experimentation and imperfection can unlock creative freedom. Welcome to Wednesday Wandering with me, Cate Field. That's wandering about stuff and not just wandering off. My podcasts are an exploration of creativity, the arts, well-being, and the joy of living. And thank you for joining me. Creative play is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Studies in neuroscience have shown that engaging in playful creativity reduces stress, enhances those problem-solving skills, and fosters emotional resilience. In her book, The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron describes creativity as a spiritual practice, an act of self-nourishment that reconnects us with our inner voice. And the psychologist Stuart Brown in Play, How It Shapes the Brain, Opens the Imagination and Invigorates the Soul, which is a brilliant title, isn't it? He argues that play is as essential to human happiness as sleep and food. So why is it so important? Well, to play is to engage in process over outcome, to enter a space where the rules of daily life loosen their grip. Think of the poet Mary Oliver, who I spoke about a few weeks ago. She wrote with a childlike wonder about the world. And I just absolutely love her work. What about the artist Joan Miro? The playful shapes, bright colours evoking a sense of curiosity and spontaneity. Both artists understood that creativity is not simply about mastery, but about exploration. Women artists, I think in particular, have long used play as a form of resistance and renewal. Sonia Delaney, known for her vibrant, dynamic compositions, approached painting as an extension of movement. She called it simultaneous contrast, a playful layering of colours that dance on the canvas. And similarly, the contemporary artist Yayoi Kusama fills rooms with polka dots and infinity mirrors, creating these kind of immersive experiences that defy seriousness and invite a sense of childlike awe. So for many of us, the ability to play creatively fades as we grow older. We trade our crayons for spreadsheets and make to-do lists instead of the doodles that we love. And I remember a time when I too felt creatively stagnant, where every brushstroke felt weighted with expectation. And then I just picked up my watercolour set and let the colours bleed together without a plan. And I remember it so clearly because it was quite cathartic, because what I was doing was chaotic but utterly joyful. And this reminds me that creativity doesn't have to have direction. Sometimes it just needs space. So Virginia Woolf, one of my absolute heroines, in A Room of One's Own, spoke about the importance of shutting out the voices of judgment to allow creativity to flourish. And this is the heart of play. Creating without fear. And in art therapy, there's a practice known as process art, where the act of making is more important than the final piece. And I really believe this, and I encourage all of my students to do this. Studies show that engaging in these sorts of practice reduces the cortisol levels and increases dopamine, which is the brain's pleasure chemical. One of the greatest barriers, I believe, to creative joy is the fear of getting it wrong. But imperfection is where true artistry lives. The poet Anne Sexton once wrote, "Put your ear down close to your soul and listen hard." Playfulness allows us to listen without over-editing, to trust our instincts. Creative play is not about producing masterpieces. It's about reclaiming joy. In her book, The Gifts of Imperfection, Brené Brown emphasizes the importance of letting go of productivity as a measure of self-worth. And women, I believe, are conditioned to equate their value with output. But creativity, true creativity, does not abide by deadlines. Play invites us into flow, a state where time dissolves and we are fully present. And the psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, in his seminal work Flow, which is amazing, The Psychology of Optimal Experience, he describes this as the key to lasting happiness. And when we engage in creative play, we cultivate resilience and curiosity. And these are just essential, aren't they? They're essential components of self-care. So as we move through this week, I encourage you to ask yourself, when was the last time you created just for fun? And what would happen if you just let go of expectations and simply played? So here's a little creative exercise for you. Try a 15-minute intuitive art session. Set your timer, grab any materials you like, and create freely, whether it's sketching or painting or collaging. The only rule, no judgment, just curiosity. Try it, see what happens. You can download my free creative play journal if you like, which is filled with prompts and some exercises to help you rediscover your artistic joy. The link is in the notes. Let's continue the conversation. What's one way that you plan to invite more play into your creative life? Share in the comments. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying my little wanderings. Thank you so much for joining me and for listening. And until next time, may your creativity be light, playful, and full of wonder. Bye-bye.